Hello everyone! Today we are going to try surface development. It is the process of rendering 3D objects into 2D representation. So, for example, our previous activity wherein we draw the isometric drawing of these objects, we will be converting them into 2D representation called the surface development. Okay, so let's try. Okay, so to start with our surface development activity, we will be using still this object A as, as used in our previous activity. And this one will be object B. So we will be beginning first with object A. So for easy identification of parts, we will be labeling each part of object A. Okay, so for example, this is 1. This is 2, this is 3, 4, say this is 5, let's say bottom part it's 6, and this part is 7. Okay, so in making a surface development, we usually begin at the bottom part of the object. So we just simply try to convert this into 2D drawing. Okay, so in making that, maybe we could begin with a horizontal line. And then since this is of equal measure in all sides, then it's generally a square. Okay, so maybe we could draw another line here. And we will begin unlocking each part of the drawing. Say, for example, we will begin with number 6. So this is number 6 of object A, which means the bottom part. We forgot. No, maybe the back part is number 8. Okay? So, for example, we will unfold this number 5, which is on the side, and its equivalent it's number 7 on the opposite side. Okay, so for us not to be confused, we should be using our skill in making the alphabet of lines, particularly the construction line first. Okay, so since this is square, then most probably this is just the first stage now where we are just practicing. Later, we will be using mechanical tools, common drafting tools that we are usually using. So maybe we could project a line there. Since this is like letter L, right? So if we will try to do it in flat manner, in 2D manner, so it will look like 5. No, we just have it done in a lying position. So since it's divided into quarter, wherein a quarter was removed, then this basically becomes number 7. Okay, this is number 7. So we are done with number 7, and 6 as the bottom part. 5 is over here. Okay, 5. And we will proceed with the back portion of 6. So somewhere here, it's number 8. Right? So maybe this is number 8. It's still okay. So that's 8. So we're already done with 5, 6, and 7, right? So what we need to understand is what comes next with 8 here. So 8 is connected with 2, right? And 4 and 1 and 3. I think those are the last 3 parts of our drawing. Since 2 measures half of the square, then maybe we could make another square here. Okay. Another square. And this is number 2, half. No, I'll just only use half of that. This is just estimation anyway. That's number 2. So we're done with 2, and we have number 4 as well. Okay. What remains is 1 and 3. So since 1 and 3 are once combined, it's also a square, then maybe we could make another square here. Okay, so and divide. So you have 4, and then you get 1 next to 4 and 3. Okay, so this basically becomes the surface development of object A. This is number 5. Okay, so our activity later, we will resemble this, that it will look like an actual object. Okay, so let's try. So we're already done with object A. This is object A's surface development. Let's proceed with B, no, which is kind of complicated, no, in a sense. So of course, as a start, maybe we could start. You start practicing or writing the numbers first on each part of the object. So this is say 1, this is say 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then below say 9, back part, that's 10, this part 11. Okay, so this is object B. So we will try to segregate each part of the object by making again 2 horizontal lines, which will serve as our guide in unlocking all the parts of the object B. Okay. As you can see, the bottom part of object B is not complete. No, this portion is missing, right? So maybe you could write a construction line just for your guide. So what will you do? You will part by part, you try to figure out, you know, how it will be assembled later. Okay, how it is being disintegrated, no, as a term. So the base is 9, right? So I think you could also start somewhere, but in my case, I usually start at the bottom part of the object. Okay, so this is 9. So 9 is, we could have 6. So remove na. We could just remove 9, maybe 6. 6 is here. And then maybe we could cut, no, we could cut this portion later. So 6 is already out. We could place also 7, because 6, 1 6 that way. Then we could put 7 That's 12. So 10 can be connected with 12. Okay, this part. No, so you could just have it folded later. We could make a cut here. Okay, and then since 10 is having 2, so you could connect 2 and 5. So you should be good also in making estimation on the proportion of each part of the object. So 2, we could place 2 here, wherein 2 is connected with 5. Okay? So they measure 1/4 or a quarter of each side. Okay? 2. So this is already taken out. 1. Okay? So 1 can be connected with 5, right? Along with 4. So this is 1, this is 5, this is 4. Okay? This part here, this is the part. Now 1, this is part here. Okay? So just imagine. Now what's missing is 8, right? We could place 8 here. We could also place 8 here because they are connected. Okay? So there will be different versions of surface development. What is important is at the end, once you assemble it, it will really resemble like the actual object. Okay? So since this is 9 as our base, what's missing is 11, right? The side where number 11 is located. So what will we do? We just simply project again this line here and enclose it. And 9, once it's lying on the floor or flat, no, once it's flat, it will look like that. Okay, so divide this part here as well, and then this becomes 11. So class, this is the surface development of B, and this is the surface development of A. Our next activity is to create maybe letter A for now into an actual object using a cardboard. Okay? So can you prepare all your materials for our next activity? We will be using a ruler, a pencil, and maybe something hard, a paper having a thick substance. We can use that for our next activity. Okay, so scratch paper or scratch folders that you have there at home, you can use that for our surface development. Okay. Alright, so we are already finished with our preliminary surface development activity. So this is object A, which we use as our guide for object A in here. So object A measures 2 inches in height, in width, and in length. And certain parts of that measures 1 inch. Okay, so that will be our basis. So maybe we will be using this and this one, our guide in making our surface development. Okay, so we will be using for this activity masking tape for us to stabilize the parts of our object. We will be using also a compass to transfer measurement easily from one point to another. Our pencil, our ruler, our cutting tool, ruler. You could also use a cutter. So let's start. So make sure that you are Using a cardboard like this, I mean a surface no, that can resist the any damage that a sharp object will do or the point of your compass. Okay, so let's begin. So the first step that we need to do is to clear, of course, our table. We will set aside object B's um, surface development. You could also try this in your free time. Okay, for portions like this, you need to cut in here, no, or any part no, which you think is appropriate no, for you to form the object. So let's let's start with object A. This is object A again. So make sure it's 2 inches no, in terms of, so all of longer parts measures 2 and parts having portions it's 1 inch. Okay, so it follows all throughout of our drawing. Okay, so that's 1 and then all the rest will be either 2 or 1. Okay, so to start we will be using our ruler. I will be using the edge of the folder here for me to be sure that it's square. Okay, I mean it's parallel and later on it is square. So we will be using our triangle for this activity. So we will be establishing the vertical line in here. Okay. And another 2. So using our straight edge, we will be measuring a series of 2 inches. Okay. 2, 4. We will be needing 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. So this is 6, this is 8. So it's okay to project all the lines. No? So this one serves like a or T square. But we are not. Oh my. So I don't know. Let's check again. Maybe it's not straight. Oh, it's still straight. Just make sure that it's not moving. No? And then you just use the horizontal line you did earlier as your guide. So for you to save time. So you could also do your isometric drawing using this technique, but it's not the proper way. But just in cases where you don't have the drawing table with you and a T-square. So we will be needing 2, 4, 6, right? So we will be measuring 6 inches going up. 4, 2. To cut the to save you time, you could also measure 2 and then use the 2 points as your guide. Say this is 6, this is 8. We cut this into 8 and then we will be cutting this into 3. And this will be a 2, 4, 2, 4, 1, 3. And what remains is the 5 and 7. So cut, I mean divide the line, divide the space into half. Okay, Just put it. It's okay if we have uh, placed the fold on the cut also in the folded part, but since it doesn't, then so using a scissor, you will be cutting each part of the used folder. Okay. Oh my, I forgot to use the compass. So you could also use the compass to transfer the measure going here. Okay, say for example, this. So you have also to make sure that you are having the presence of mind because cutter is very sharp. Of masking tape so that it will have a strength to withstand in the fold. Okay, so maybe we could cut the excess and put a masking tape. This is just a mm, something like to solve the folded part, no, where it could actually fold along the so. Okay, so that makes it stiff. So I just maybe could do a little more of just to emphasize the sharpness of the. Okay, so we'll be adding more masking tapes. Start here. Okay. Other one here. Another one. Adjust a little to make it neat. Another one here. Okay, the last part. So maybe we could have 3. So maybe we could need to do a little adjustment here. The other part doesn't seem to fit. See there. Then here. Okay, the last masking tape here. Okay, so this actually is our object A. It looks like that angle, right? So just disregard B. So that. Okay, so that ends our. That's 2 2 1 1 3 7. Should be 5 or 7. But anyway, it looks like the actual thing. Okay. So this is already the output of our activity on surface development. So thank you very much, and you can also try other objects to create your own 3D presentation of your design or object. Thank you.